The most entertaining game I've seen from Manchester United in a long time. Manchester United 6, Roma 2. The tie is over. We are through to the Europa League final. What an outstanding, rampaging performance from Manchester United, and one of the most entertaining games that I've seen in weeks. But there are three factors that made this game entertaining. The first factor was that Manchester United were just too good. The second factor was that Roma were just too poor. And the third factor was probably that the referees were worse than Roma. If you're watching this video and you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, don't be like that. Subscribe right now so you can see more content of this quality. The referee's decisions for the penalties, the two penalties that were awarded in this game, the first penalty Roma got, that was not a penalty. I'm sorry, but how do you give a penalty when a player is sliding for the ball? How are players supposed to slide nowadays, guys? You please tell me. How do you slide for the ball when your hands must be on the side of you when you slide, or your hands must be at the back of you when you slide? That's not possible. That's not possible. When you slide, you don't really have control over your hands. And it's not like Paul Pogba put his hand out, then you can give a penalty. But he slid and the ball hit his hands. Like, that was just an outrageous a decision. And it's clear that the referees are making decisions because maybe they did not play the game. But even if you play the game at grassroots level, you know that if you slide, you can't control where your hands are going. You can't slide with your hands behind your back or on the side of you. So that was a poor decision from the ref as well. But even the penalty that Man United got, because I'm going to keep it 100 with you guys. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'm not going to be biased. Even the penalty that Man United got on Edison Cavani, that's not a penalty. Cavani missed the ball. He missed the ball, and Smalling's follow-through hit Cavani. They were outside of the pitch when the follow-through hit Cavani. The game was continuing. The ball, that specific gameplay was continuing. Cavani was out the game because of his run. So I don't understand that decision, because you see those tackles happening every week in football, even in the Premier League, and it's never given. But this referee was probably one of the worst that I've seen in a few months. So those are the three factors, guys. It was that Manchester United were just too good for Roma. Roma were poor. And one of the also things that I think the notions that we have to remove from football right now is that we always say, oh, Italian teams can defend. They're the best at defending. I think we have to remove that right now. They are not good at defending. They are not good at all at defending. And I can understand why. It's because football has made a transition into ultra attacking. It is super attacking football right now. Football is being played at an attacking level that has not been played before. So teams are adjusting to that. So that's why you see Italian teams where once before they would park the bus, they would have numbers behind the ball, and you could not break down Italian teams. But it's the total opposite right now, because they are trying to keep up with the modern day football, which is attacking football, and they are failing. And I was so surprised that there were such big holes in their defense. Such big holes in their defense. I mean, some of the goals that we scored, I think our third goal was such a huge goal. Either our second goal or our third goal, but the space that they were leaving us with was suicide. It was suicide, and you don't expect that from Italian teams. But that's why I'm saying we have to remove that notion right now and remove that way of thinking, because it is no longer the case. They are poor at defending right now, and they are poor tactically as well. Tactically, they are poor, and Manchester United were too good for them. We are too good for them, and this is one of the reasons why, for me personally, I won't ever say you winning the Europa is a success for the manager. I will never say that, because we are head and shoulders better than all these other teams. We have spent more money than all these other teams. We are a bigger club than all these other teams. We've got better players than all these other teams. It is not even a competition, guys, for us to be versing Roma and Granada and Real Sociedad. It's not even a competition. We are much better than them. And that's what you saw tonight against Roma. Much better than Roma. And one thing, guys, I will say about European football and English football. European football cannot keep up with the speed and the intensity of English football. So when you play in these European teams, that's why when you look at even when Liverpool won the Champions League, I mean, they won the Champions League literally rampaging through every side because they were playing at an intensity and a speed that no one could control. And European football, European teams, they don't want that. La Liga, Serie A, they don't want that football. They want everything in front of them. They want to play the game at their pace. But the minute you're running in behind them, the minute you have a great intensity and all your players are running at full maximum speed, pressing at speed, they can't handle it, and they don't want that. And so that's why I believe right now English football is at the pinnacle, and English football right now is the best football because we're playing at an intensity that your European teams do not want to play at. And that's what you saw against Roma. Roma was totally outdone by our intensity. Our running on and off the ball, they could not compete with it. And one of the aspects, one of the examples was the first goal. Pogba literally dribbled and went past 3 defenders and they could not handle it. And then Cavani's layoff for Bruno Fernandes for that first goal was world class. Bruno Fernandes chip. I've always said this to you that you may not like Bruno for his other aspects of his game, like he gives the ball away many times and simple passes. He doesn't make those simple passes, they don't come off. But Bruno's goals, he scores goals at an unprecedented level for a midfielder. Like there's no other midfielder in Europe right now that can score like Bruno Fernandes. So that's why I always say no one can take Bruno's position as a number 10 in this team. He has to play at the number 10 position because his goals is just too good. He's so clinical in front of the net. And for me, he was our man of the match. He was our man of the match. This was Bruno's, for me, this was Bruno's best performance this season. It was a total, complete performance. As you see Bruno scoring in games, but you also see him give the ball away. But this game, he was so good. He never gave the ball away too many times. He was literally everything good that happened for Man United, Bruno Fernandes was involved with it. 2 goals, 2 assists, outstanding performance from Bruno. And let me just read you his statistics. 2 goals, 2 assists, 69 touches, 77.8% passing accuracy, which is, it's not outstanding, don't get me wrong. You want your players to probably, especially your midfielders, to achieve probably like 80 to 90. 90 is difficult, but you want them to achieve about 80 to 85%. But however, 77.8% is good enough for Bruno because we know Bruno's passing is hit and miss, but that was not the case for this game. He made 6 key passes, 3 big chances he created. 3 big chances. He lost possession 16 times. And again, 16 times is not too much for Bruno because we've seen Bruno lose possession 20, 22 times and so forth. But it was an outstanding performance from Bruno Fernandes. Man of the match for me. He created some big chances and everything good that happened for United this game, he was involved. Maybe he never get the assist, but he was involved. 2 goals, 2 assists, outstanding performance. And this is what I want to see from Bruno. If I see these performances from Bruno, I will not criticize him because he was making the passes. You know, other games he doesn't make the passes. Simple square passes. Bruno Fernandes passes it out for a throw. But this game, he was making every pass, the simple pass, the difficult pass, the short pass, the long pass. He was making all these passes. He's crossing for Paul Pogba's goal. His cross for Paul Pogba's goal was outstanding. It was just such a good performance from Bruno Fernandes, and it is a number 10 performance. When you think about a number 10 performance, you think about a player that's creating the most chances for the team. You think about the most creative player on the park. You think about the player that's dictating the game for the team. You think about the player that's probably the most dangerous player for the team as well. And Bruno Fernandes ticked all those boxes. The best performance I've seen from him, the most complete performance I've seen from him this season. If he puts out these performances, I will never get on his back. Never, never, never. Another guy that performed well was Edinson Cavani. Outstanding performance from Edinson Cavani. And people criticize Cavani of sometimes his link-up play and stuff like that. But I'm sorry. I don't know if you watch football, but if you watch football and you watch Cavani, his link-up play is top class. His link-up play is top class. His hold-up play is top class, and that's what you saw today. His assists, he got 2 goals and he got 2 assists as well. Outstanding performance from Cavani. He missed chances, don't get me wrong. He missed chances. Let me read you his statistics as well. 2 goals, 2 assists, 4 shots on target, big chances missed, 2 big chances missed. He won 1 penalty. Passing accuracy of 89%, and it will be 89% because the less times you pass, obviously you're going to have a higher passing accuracy, because he's not making those passes like Bruno, like Paul Pogba as well. He's making the simple passes, but it's coming off for him. 1 ground duel won, lost possession 4 times. Outstanding performance for me from Edinson Cavani. Everything you want in a number 9. As I said, he did miss chances. He missed 2 big chances, and the one chance that he missed, guys, I think it was in the first half, towards the end of the first half, where Roma gave the ball away and someone squared the ball to Cavani and he was one-on-one with keeper. That wasn't as easy as it looks. You must see the position that he received the ball in. You must see the angle of his body positioning, and the angle of which he was in. It was not an easy chance. It was not as easy chance as it looked. People say he should have scored, but when you look at his body positioning and the angle he received the ball with, it is not easy, because you have to literally shift your whole body to take the shots on with your right foot. He could have taken the shots on his left foot, I think he did, but for him to have a better scoring opportunity, he had to change his whole body positioning and put it on his right foot, and in that angle it's not easy, but he scored his goals. And that's what you want from a number 9. Very rarely will you get a number 9 that scores all his opportunities. Very, 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 very rarely. You will miss opportunities. Even the great Benzema misses opportunities as well. Over the years for Real Madrid, you can ask Real Madrid fans, Benzema misses clear opportunities, because that's what strikers do. Very rarely you get a striker that every opportunity he scores. Very, very rarely. And you're looking at Haaland and Lewandowski, but that's very rarely. But Cavani, outstanding performance from a number 9, and that's what I want to see. Even one of his goals, the tap in, outstanding. Right place, right time. That's what I want, and that takes instinct, guys. You can't coach that. That's why Oli was trying to coach that into Rashford, trying to coach that into Martial, and it wasn't happening, it wasn't working, because that's something you can't coach. That's instinct. To be at the right place at the right time, that's instinct and experience, and that's what Cavani got, and that's what we need going forward, because Cavani is not the long-term solution for us. He's probably leaving end of the season. We need another proper number 9. Another player that performed well was Paul Pogba. These are 3 of our best performers today. Paul Pogba was also a good performance. That penalty was not a penalty. I'm sorry. You cannot slide with your hands behind your back or slide with your hands on the side of you. These referees, every week, they are showing us that they are incompetent. They are showing us that they are not good enough to referee these games. And I want to see accountability from the referees. I want to see referees coming after the game and having a post-match conference, such as, even if it's a flash interview, but something such as the managers do. When the managers after the game, they have to show accountability and answer questions as to why they got it wrong. So it should happen like that with the referees. These guys are in control of the game. These guys are deciding who wins a penalty, who doesn't win the penalty, who wins the game, who doesn't win the game. They have to give accountability for their actions. We need to see that, because week in, week out, they're making the wrong decisions, and it's almost like it gets swept under the carpets because they are untouchable, and they're not untouchable. They are not the most important players on the pitch. They are not the most important people on the pitch. The most important people on the pitch are the players. It's not the referees, but it seems like it's the referees because no one can say anything against him. Nothing. So that one's a penalty from Pogba, but As I said earlier, his involvement in that first goal, without Paul Pogba, that first goal is not happening. He ran past three defenders, and he beat 2 of them with skill. The one I think he beat with, he held him off, sheer strength, and the other 2 he beat with skill. But Paul Pogba is the only player in our team that can go past 3 players. He's the only one. Rashford can go past 1 player. Martial maybe 1 or 2, but Pogba is the only one with that ability, that strength, that skill set to go past 3 players, even 4 players. He can do it. I think it was a very good performance from Paul Pogba. Very good. The penalty maybe will mask some of it, but it will never mask it for me because I know it wants a penalty. His goal, fantastic goal, and that's what we want from Paul Pogba. Even his involvement in the first goal and his goal, that all comes from Paul Pogba playing in an attacking position, and that's why we cry out as fans. Play Paul Pogba in attacking position. Do not ever play him in a pivot as a CDM. Do not ever play him at that because you are limiting his game. This guy got so much weapons that he can use. And if you play him as a CDM, you are wasting him there. Whereas when you play him as an attacker, look how good he is with his head. Rashford can't hit. Martial can barely hit. Bruno, he doesn't have any aerial ability. He's not a threat in the air. So it's only Cavani. And when Cavani don't play, who's there? That's why we need Pogba to score the goal that he scored. Fantastic header. I don't know about you, but I'm a fan of headers. I love head goals. I love it, and a fantastic goal. And also, let me also read you Paul Pogba's statistics as well. His numbers today. 90 minutes he played, he got 1 goal, 71 touches, 78% passing accuracy, which, as I said, you don't really want it from a midfielder. Although he wasn't playing in the midfield this game, but he is a midfielder and he plays as a left attacking midfielder. He's not playing as a left winger, he's playing as a left attacking midfielder. There's a difference. A left winger is Marcus Rashford, where he'll stand up, he's fullback, and he'll hold and give you width. Paul Pogba is not that. Paul Pogba operates as a left attacking midfielder, but 78% passing accuracy is not fantastic. You don't want that. As I said, you want something in the range of 80 to 85 or even 90 if you can. But with the 90, I think it's a lot of the times where you play in safe passes, you know. Then he had 5 out of 6 long balls completed. That is excellent. And in the second half, late in the second half, he made a pass from the left wing all the way to the right wing. A long pass, outstanding. Even the commentator said, what a pass from Paul Pogba. I think he made it to Mason Greenwood, I'm not too sure. He won 10 out of 14 ground duels won. 10 out of 14 ground duels won. Fantastic. And that's what I'm saying. He's operating as a left attacking midfielder because a left winger will never give you that. There's no left winger that is winning 10 out of 14 ground duels won. None of them are even winning ground duels. But he's operating as a left attacking midfielder, and that's what he will give you. He will give you that physical aspects of the game because he's a physical specimen. 16 times he lost possession, which is not so good. He was fouled 4 times, tackled twice, and okay, he committed a penalty once. But 4 out of 4 dribbles completed. 4 out of 4 dribbles completed. Fantastic. He's our best dribbler. I said it. He's our best dribbler. He has the most skills in our team. And it's fantastic to watch him playing in an attacking position where you can see he relishes the opportunity. So I think it is a fantastic performance from Man United. Fantastic. The tie is over. 6-2, the tie is over. Let's go to the final. And as a football fan, I hope we get Arsenal in the final. I hope Arsenal beat Villarreal in the second leg, and I hope we get Arsenal because Villarreal, we're just gonna wipe the floor with them. It's another La Liga team, and the standard of La Liga right now is really not good. It's really not good, and Villarreal themselves are not doing good in La Liga. So I think we will whitewash Villarreal. I want to see an entertaining match. Let's go against Arsenal. Let's see where we really are. Even though Arsenal are way lower than us in the league table, but on the day they can still give us a good fight. So I'm hoping we can draw Arsenal in the final. I'm excited, guys. This was a very good performance from Man United. Our big players stepped up. Bruno Fernandes, Edison Cavani, Paul Pogba. They stepped up when we needed them the most. We can talk about the midfield of McFred. We know it's not good. We know that midfield is not good, but I don't want to dwell too much on the negative, guys. The positives are we are through to the final. Okay, okay. In hindsight, we are through to the final, and I will see you all for the Liverpool game. Let's get that victory against Liverpool and stop Liverpool from any chances of them getting top 4. This is for the fans. If you're watching this channel and you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button, smash that like button. I'll see you all.